So, here of course time for Arknights episode 10, I guess. Yeah, I saw it last week. I thought, Arknights is of course second season, or I guess core 2 then whatever, right? Because last episode, I called it season 2, episode 1, right? Which technically it is, I suppose. But on Crunchyroll and so on, they are using episode 10, right? So, if you go for this episode here, it's easier, right? I mean, honestly, I kind of want to call everything, 10, 11, 1100, right? Because obviously you get into this like, weird mucky territory. It's like the Stone Temple aired yesterday, and it's like season 3, core 2, episode 1, or is it like season 3, episode 10? Obviously, Attack on Titan is the biggest, when it's like part 4, final 3, or whatever. Right? It's crazy. So just go to 10, then I'd probably go for that. It's easy, right? But if you like the video, guys, please subscribe. Hit the like button, right? As you saw last week, and so on, right? Every video I make get immediately demonetized, shadow banned, all that fun stuff, right? And that's been the thing since. I mean, it's always been a thing, generally speaking, but it's been getting much worse this last month. As I comment, right, that almost every video I upload for the last 2-3 months, at least like 2 months or so, get immediately monetized and shadow banned for most users, and then I have to appeal it. And so far, YouTube has agreed with every appeal. So I have sent like 40 appeals something now in the last like 2 months of that, and they've agreed every time. So it's really silly. At the same time, of course, with the last episode of Arknights, and that's a problem, right? Because it's just like I can barely say a word in this video. We are getting that. Obviously, Arknights, the actual storytelling, right? The actual conflict will obviously make use of words that YouTube is angry at, and obviously has a bunch of female characters. And if I say that, they also guess. So even though of course it's nothing really crazy in it, right? But that's just the reality of it. And that has gotten much worse though, since for the last few months here. But for an anime like this, I can see it immediately, right? It has all of those things, right? It has cool female characters, right? And yeah, it's a formula for the algorithm to dislike it. Absolutely. But anyway, let's watch the episode, guys. But I want to explain it there. I saw a comment last week, and I was like, yeah, that's especially this anime. It's very rough to speak. But anyway, let's watch the episode. 3, 2, 1, go. But you know me, I always dislike talking about stuff like that, right? Because it bothers me so much. It's supposed to be a fun channel, right? It's supposed to be a channel about comedy and the waifus and so on. But it's just the last 2 months has been incredibly. YouTube basically is like immediately for every anime with any whatever. So we got Ice Bunny, of course, and she's obviously the main villain, I guess, of this arc, right? And I like it. It's like she's basically is the reverse, right, of last arc. Of course, the ladies that was a fire, and now it's ice, right? So kind of the opposite power spectrum. And obviously this second is called Frost Paris thing. So yeah, I kind of wish the bunny would talk more though than this guy. I don't care too much about Crazy Mephisto. I kind of want to see what the new ice lady has to offer though. Probably. A little bit like that, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, bro. Can you let the ice lady talk instead? It's like, yeah, but I want to hear from the ice woman, okay? Not super interested in your shenanigans, whatever. Let's go on. Let's back to the lady. Up it. Okay. New opening, yeah. But like I saw last week, right? Of course, you got a bunch of new cats in the opening. And I have done my tier list, of course, of all the cats in the game, but I haven't played the game. So I kind of recognize most characters, but I haven't actually played it, right? I'm hoping Lapland's gonna appear, given that she's supposed to be a Swedish wolf, right? From the north of Sweden, so would make sense. We got Shen, of course, one of the main characters, absolutely. Yeah, Shen is obviously a very popular character, and instead that you get a lot of screen time. Amiya, of course, being kind of like the mascot, I guess, what we call it. Yeah, Amiya is kind of like the starter character, right? Yeah, she's like everyone's everyone's first character. I mean, she's obviously kind of the main female character, clearly. Well, actually, I would say that Amiya is the main character. I mean, the Doctor is, of course, supposed to be the player, right? But I would say that Amiya-chan, she's basically the main character, right? She's the actual main character. It's her. Doctor is kind of like the observer, right? You know, being the player. But yeah, here we get ex-waifu. Yes. I think she's gonna have a sad flashback or something. Because it's clearly, this is kind of her arc right there, so I feel she's like my sister or my mom or something. I feel she's gonna be like, you hurt my mom or something, yeah, like it does feel like Frostleaf is gonna have like, yeah, this is like, you know, she clearly has some backstory here with this character, like maybe with Bunny. But that being said though, right, you know, she's like, FrostNova is the only mean bunny, right? Like the only evil bunny. And Amiya, of course, being the main character. I wonder if Amiya and her have some relationship. I think she's like the only bunny in the whole game that is evil. So, that would make sense. But it feels like her and Amiya are gonna be sisters, something like that. Yeah, FrostNova, there she is. But is he higher ranked than her? Honestly, yeah, leave a comment below, guys. Is FrostNova outranking him? He's like, you can do what you want, FrostNova-chan. Does Mephisto control her? It does feel like she's stronger than him, though. Yeah, the feel she's... Here we go, yeah, she's like, shh. I'll do the what, Mephisto? Saying that what I mean. Isn't she the boss of him? Or something. I don't know, yeah. But if he was like commanding her, I'm like, wait, isn't she the boss here? Okay, they're gonna have some in conflict here. Okay, they're gonna have some argument. I like it because I was saying that. Wait, is he her boss? Yeah, I felt she was his boss. Oh, it's like her team now. Well, no, I guess Swan's other girls. The distraction there. But like it was saying, isn't FrostNova the queen of this place basically? Yeah, like why is Mephisto giving her orders for? She's like, but so I like that she was basically like, hey, shut up, boy. Yeah, this is my place. Yeah, like you can't command me, Mephisto. But I don't get it. Seriously, leave a comment. I haven't played the games. Leave a comment below, guys. Who is the highest rank? It was supposed to be the higher. He was like, well, I do what I want. If they both get into this, like, I am the commander. Yeah, who is the actual commander here? I have no idea who is the. But yeah, Jessica is a little trauma here. But honestly, I have no idea who's supposed to be the boss. Who is supposed to be the manager? It's kind of like, who's the manager, you know? Yeah, who's the manager, guys? Tell me who's the manager. No, but I mean, seriously, I really love that she was like, don't tell me what to do, I'm your boss, you know? And he's like, no, I'm your boss. But again, though, I don't know who's I was right. I kind of want to know who is correct, I guess. I kind of want to know who is in charge. If that makes any sense. A little bit like that, you know? But sometimes it is hard in these kind of animes to understand who's the boss or whatever, right? Or this kind of context, without having played the games, right? You know, because you play the games, and you look at all the graphs or whatever, right? And you read the side stories, and then you know, right? But as a non-gamer, I never played a game in my video. I never played a video game in my life. I can't say it with a straight face. I'm like, I never played games in my life, guys. I can't say it with a straight face. What do you get my point? Like, I haven't played this game. I know I can't find the time. Sorry, I couldn't find the timer, so I can't find it again. Sorry, there we go. But whatever. Okay, yes, guys, she's having what's it called? Yeah, she feels it's her fault, right? Yeah, she's having guilt. I guess guilt, but it's more like she feels that she's too weak, right? But Jessica seems younger than the other characters. Yeah, she's like just, you know, she's like very inexperienced, right? She's kind of fresh in this thing. Yeah. Onto the sky, you're not angry at me, Onishan? Yeah, I mean, Jessica clearly is like 20 years younger than her, right? Yeah, the other woman's like in the, I don't know. But it feels like, you know, the woman to the left is like 40 and the woman's like 20. Yeah, that's kind of have the feeling to it. She's like, don't worry, girl. Yeah, it's like, she's like very, she definitely feels very inexperienced. Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't do a perfect job. Yeah, it's like, don't worry, girl, don't worry, got you. Now we're back to Mephisto. But I keep wondering now, who's the highest commander? It does feel like Mephisto is a character that appears more in the game, though, I'm gonna guess. FrostNova is a character is only a big deal in this. He's like, you're a bunny too, there we go. He's like, so you're both bunnies, yeah. See, now he's like, do you know Amia? Yeah, see? Now he's like, so you like her, right? Yeah. See? Now he's like, maybe calling her a traitor because she's like, oh, you're trying to protect your bunny kin, eh? I really do wonder, I feel they're gonna be related, right? Amia and FrostNova. Like I said, let's face it again, yeah, because just like Mephisto said, I agree with Mephisto. I am on Mephisto's side! Because he's like, well, you know, you're the two only bunnies here. Yeah, it's like, it does seem kind of like suspicious that, like, wait, the only two bunnies are the main antagonist and the main protagonist are the bunnies, and no one else are. Yeah, it's like, I know the other bunnies, I know, generally speaking, but I mean, in this current arc, basically, that these are two. Because there are other bunny cats outside this place, but I mean, in this arc here, right? Yeah, FrostNova is like, I guess their city is based on Chernobyl. I think about it now, I didn't say that last week, but yeah, the place is called like Chernobyl, right? It's basically like a misspelling of Chernobyl. So that's clearly where this city is placed, right? Because Chernobyl is, you know, it's in a cold place, so to speak. Yeah, very cold these days. It's an especially cold place these days, yeah. So, yeah, Chernobyl is like, it's probably, it's probably hot. Is it hot in my home? It's probably southern than in my hometown, but it does feel like it's colder there anyway. So my hometown is I'm actually I'm actually from the hottest place in Sweden, though, I guess, but still pretty cold. My home city is very, very cold during the winter. Probably colder than Chernobyl, actually. It's very cold, very, very cold in the winter, but it's very hot during the summer. So I'm actually from Sweden. It's like not only the hottest place usually per year, but also like the biggest difference, right? Because it gets so. It's not the coldest place in Sweden, but it's quite cold, so it gets like a huge difference. I can explain why, but basically it's because it's my hometown. The humidity is so high, right? So the ice gets really, really, it's really cold or it's really hot, right? Because it's like the humidity is so high, but also has the highest temperature. But it basically, yes, it is ice. But my point was that it's so much ice and frost in my hometown, right? Because it's so much. Oh, she's like lightning abilities. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, arigato. So, Frost and Jessica-chan. She's kawaii though. Yeah, but she's clearly that, you know, the young, inexperienced lady. Clearly. It's clearly her character. You know, lack of... Yeah, mudada. What is the comment? I like FrostNova. Mudada. Yeah, she's like, just give up, girls. I am death incarnated. Yeah, she's like mudada. It sounds like it's like there's a fist of North Star. She said, yeah, mudada. It's like it's pointless. Yeah, that's what Hokuno no Ken says. You know, fist of North Star when he hits them with that. You know, it's like it's mudada. It's like, you know, you can't win now. You're already dead. You know, it's kind of that build up for that thing, right? Yeah, it's like mudada. Already frozen. Your body is already frozen. It's like, but she seems to be obviously way more powerful. FrostNova here. Yeah, she seems to be, you know, way more powerful than Frostleaf or whatever. These girls have no chance, man. She can like solo them. Yeah, she herself is like stronger than all of them. She shouldn't really lead her army for this thing. She's clearly much stronger than them. Okay, oh no, Frostleaf's gonna do the Gandalf thing. Oh, her leg is frozen. She got, what's called? Frostbranded, it's called. Yeah, so she's clearly gonna, you know, do the Gandalf thing. You shall not pass! Yeah, she's clearly gonna, like, you know, run, girls. Yeah, I will stand and protect you. Well, you know, if she can't run, though, if you're gonna be pragmatic here, though, if Frostleaf can't actually run, because her leg is like, you know, yeah, she can't run anymore. Her leg got like frost burns or whatever it's called. You know, like, yeah. I would actually, not too surprising, honestly. I mean, if she can't move anymore, she's immobilized. Which is typically, of course, what ice people do, right, you know? Like in video games, right? Yeah, the frozen people. Oh, she's frozen? Oh my god, it's like a statue of her now. I think she's alive, though. Yeah, she's alive. She's too badass for this. She's gonna flex it out, man. She's gonna do like Dofi One Piece things, be like, yeah, it's time to do Dofi. That means be like, Kokushaki, and he's like, flex the eyes that way, yeah. And he's like, see? Amiya basically gets Kokushaki. It's the same black lightning thing there, see? She's like, Kokushaki time, yeah. It's flexed through the ice, man. This is when you need to be flexing. It's a nice animation. I mean, the anime is always quite well animated. There was her slide looks really great. I always found this anime to have just very like nice fluid animation when they do those like runs and so on, basically. I feel all the animes aren't as good actually animating those like minor stuff, like like her like sliding beneath the rubble or something. Those kind of minor stuff. Yeah, see, I feel like you know her. She's like, hi, I'm me. See, don't they look the same? That's like her big sister. They're like ice people. Maybe they can't handle her heat, right? Amiya is too, her art is like fiery. They sort of feel they know each other, come on. I want to be writing this thing, because it's like the only bunnies, come on. I want to be writing it. She's like, oh, I see. Here we go, Amiya. You're my lost. See, I like you. Yeah, see? It does feel like they know each other. Or at least she's like, I know your mom or something, because... See, now she's like, why are you doing this thing for? Yeah, see, now she's like, why are you doing this for, FrostNova? She's singing like a lullaby to her. So it's either Cray Cray or she's her mom or something. I feel like, yeah, she's either Cray Cray or she's her mother. And her singing this lullaby is like a sign of her, like, you remember this song, but obviously she's like, yeah, obviously an ice ability, clearly. It's like, obviously an ice ability, yeah, like sleep ice magic. Yeah, her lullaby is clearly an ice magic, right? So clearly summoning some ice there, obviously. Oh yeah, and I know the color here. Yeah, this is beautiful. She's like a lullaby attack. Yeah, she's like, got my ice song at you. I like how they made the eyes look different now. Her lullaby is like a dark ice, a black ice, right, compared to the normal ice. Normal black ice, of course, is much less frictional, right? Normally, so I made. But I guess the the black ice is stronger, I guess, than the white ice. But yeah. Her lullaby is clearly like a summoning spell or whatever, right? An incarnation. But I mean, yeah, who's gonna ask her why is she like betraying her or something? So this, it felt like she was like, I recognize you. You're my mom, or like my aunt or something. Come on. Okay, who's gonna save them? Because they look really toast now. I mean, we still have a bunch of other characters we haven't seen in a while. Yeah, we have a bunch of other characters. Hoshiguma, we got Shen. I'm assuming that someone has to come in and save them because Amiya's losing, right? This is a really good animated fight, though. Yeah, this sequence is really good here when she's Amiya's face and so on. She managed to kind of deflect it, but yeah, now Amiya's out of use, I mean, obviously FrostNova is way stronger. Yeah, someone to save them. Like, someone has to come in there and rescue the girls. She's obviously way stronger than her. But this is a really cool episode, yeah. The lullaby, yeah. She's like singing them down here. Oh, it's Frostleaf still? Well, obviously she's, but yeah. And she got like lightning magic, even though she's like a frozen girl. But I guess Frostleaf is gonna do something. Oh yeah, the lightning. She's like the lightning ability, like static. She's creating like a static flow or something with lightning on that. Yeah, she like ruined her magic here. Yeah, Kisama. I don't know that she's sad just because Jessica managed to disarm him. Man, this episode is dramatic now, man. Can they save Frostleaf? I haven't seen them like, we haven't even seen like the playable characters from the game. I mean, Manning and Frostleaf, of course, is a playable character. We haven't really seen this character getting toasted by the storylines so much yet. Okay, the Doctor is like feels something genius here. Oh, Doctor figured out. So this is probably, as a game designer, right? I always think about this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, so this is probably a game object, right? So again, I haven't played the video games. Leave a comment below, guys, how it works. But I imagine that in the video game, you probably have a quest or two, a story or a chapter, right? When you have to destroy this game object. It's like, whatever, this rock is like making it cold or whatever, yeah. So this feels like a typical part of the game to be like, oh, the boss is using this Oricleum or whatever. But if you destroy the Oricleum, now it's gonna get hot and she can't fight when it's hot or whatever. Yeah, so that feels like a very classic, typical video game mechanic there. It's like, yeah, you have to destroy the factory or whatever, or the power plant, or in this case then the reverse power plant, like it's absorbing heat or whatever, yeah, like it's, I don't know what to call it, but reverse power plant, I don't know what to call it. I could explain it in chemistry though. So what you have is called, in chemistry you have an exotherm reaction and you have an endotherm reaction. Something that absorbs heat would be an endotherm reaction though. Oh, with this character, that looks like one of the playable characters. Yeah, this guy here. Because I know it's like a woman in a huge armor. I noticed when I did the full tier list of the characters, yeah, this is a woman in a full-on clad armor. This could be her, I guess. Maybe, because that is clearly wears a kind of armor, so it could be any. Oh, so I don't know. She's like daughter, so like a man, but could be her mom though. Yeah, could be your dad, but I don't know because like a full armor. I expecting it to be her mom, right? But her mom is wearing a full armor. Does feel like it's her mom or dad because it's like this full. Yeah, it feels like every time I see an anime character in a full bodysuit, we can't read their face. I'm imagining it to be the opposite. Like it's like some, it's like no, it's gonna be your mom. It's like just hiding in there. You can't see it because of her arm or whatever. I am still wondering though, is Mephisto higher ranked than FrostNova or something? Yeah. Tala and her. Yeah, he goes a fire lady. Yeah, now it's like the fire lady. But they might have a clash then. It doesn't feel like FrostNova is like super evil. She feels like she has some kind of like, oh, I have to freeze, I have to live in the cold or something. She has missed to freeze or something. I need to make it colder because I can't breathe otherwise. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like FrostNova and it's gonna have like an issue with the fire lady coming. Yeah, you know what I mean? That they're gonna have this elemental conflict. You can't heat up here. My people, the Yetis, they need to be cold something. Maybe that's FrostNova's backstory. Maybe her and her mom is like, we only are joining these guys because we need to control a city and make it cold because we can't live with the heat or something. We need to have like a permanent city of cold or something. It's always winter or something. And we need to make a place that maybe. I think this gonna be the backstory, right? These are kind of like ice people, so they need to live in like a constant cold. They're like, we need to have Sweden all the time. Yeah, Sweden winter time all the time year round, right? That's cute. Frostleaf Shan. Well, maybe since they destroyed some of the endothermic reaction part, that might, open up the communications bit. They might have been jamming it, I suppose. They might be jamming it. Those stuff did a lot of stuff, yeah. And probably jammers. They do everything, yeah. Come on. They absorb heat. They probably also absorb electromagnetic signals. And actually, it does make sense, though, honestly. Jokes aside. Oh, Lungmen? Oh, they're coming to Lungmen. Okay, it's too late. Lungmen is already. Lungmen, of course, is an obvious Chinese naval city. Yeah. I mean, my Mandarin. Oh, is that still more? I think it's ending. It's ending. Yeah, it's ending. Yeah, sorry. Just Well, actually, let me check out Miss after this. No, I don't think so, right? No, just yeah, exactly. No, but like if you know your Mandarin, right? You know Lungmen. That sounds incredibly Chinese. Yeah, like Chernobyl or Chernobyl. Yeah, that's like opposite Chernobyl then. But yeah, Lungmen. Is that how pronounced though? Lungmen? You probably pull out the L longer. Lungmen. Because it's spelled with that. It's not like lava, right? It's like Longman, maybe. My Mandarin is pretty bad though. I never really learned that very good Mandarin. My best friend is fluent in Mandarin, but you know I'm better at Japanese. Never studied Mandarin. But what thing about? Well, okay, two things. Let me explain the chemistry of it, right? So it's very briefly here. Man, it's so dark when I put that screen on. Sorry to put it back then. It's even worse. That's better. Yeah, what are we doing, guys? Anyway, so in chemistry, you have what's called the endothermic and exothermic reactions, right? So an exothermic reaction, by name, right? It's explosion, right? So an explosive reaction. That means that it's emitting heat around it, right? So, for example, is when you create water, that is an exothermic reaction, so that gives out heat. So if you combine, you know, two hydrogen, right? Hydrogen means water maker, right? Water creator with an oxygen, then you get water, right? And that actually creates a small, tiny explosion, like a bubble. So typically you do in chemistry lab, right? As a kid, right? They teach you how to make chemistry. You combine hydrogen and oxygen and get the pop, right? And then water is made, right? That's an exotherm reaction. So it doesn't have to be an actual like it could be a little bubble explosion, right? Still an explosion, exothermic reaction. Right? So it comes from exotherm means something that gives out, right? So an endothermic reaction is when something takes heat from its surrounding, right? Whatever is happening in its reaction part. So it is not that complicated in reality to actually make endothermic stuff, right? That actually will absorb heat or whatever. Of course, making it on a large scale to freeze the place or something, that'd be kind of complicated. But honestly, in the future, I could see endothermic reaction being used as endothermic places or whatever. I mean, basically, you need like a battery and it needs to absorb its surroundings. So the thing is that it's actually really interesting because an endothermic reaction, so an endothermic battery that would absorb the heat around it, right? Of course, it's not an infinite machine because it has to have heat around it to absorb it. But in theory, it definitely will last very long time, right? You know, because it's absorbing the heat, right? And it's converting. As long as it can convert the heat to its own battery, it basically would be not infinite, but it would obviously be able to do it until the heat is gone in its surrounding, right? And also then plus the battery. So the actual, you probably could build one of these things eventually in the future. It needs to be powerful enough, but in theory, it actually makes perfect sense because it actually would be able to keep going. The problem though is that it actually would probably stop working when it's too cold around it because it has to absorb heat to get more energy, right? Because you can never you can't create energy, but you can absorb energy from your surroundings, right? Yeah, but if the surroundings have no energy, then you can't. So it always has a battery, so then you can keep doing it for a while anyway. But yeah, that's really problem of those machines. They would probably stop working after the city is cold for a long time. So let's say they have a battery of say a week, right, whatever. After a week is over, now it's probably hard, right? But if in summer, the battery actually be better because it keeps absorbing the heat until it's too cold, right? But anyway, that's one thing. Secondly, yeah, it does feel that the backstory is going to be that FrostNova and so on has to do this battery thing. They need to have this ice city or whatever. Right? I think it's going to be the backstory, as I mentioned earlier. Her mom, maybe her dad, but probably her mom, right? They have to live in this because we saw one of her crew saying, "Oh, it's getting too hot," Yeah, Amiya was doing her art, right? So I'm guessing her people needs to live in this frozen land or something. And then brings me back to what I said earlier, okay, guys, with Sweden. So I posted on the video probably more than once, right? But basically, I am from a place in Sweden that is very cold. Okay, it's actually one of the coldest places in Sweden because the humidity then. So humidity, of course, is how much water particles, right, you have in the air, right? So my hometown has what's called a freezing bite, I guess in English. It's what's called in Swedish? Freezing bite. Basically, it's like Shellfrost, yeah, it's like basically it feels more in your body, right? Because it's like walking around in a constant mist of ice, right? You know, so basically you have one way to look at it, like you have floating ice particles, right, constantly hitting you. And I haven't been so one not this exact hometown, but actually it's in North City, that hometown. You actually have this place like a valley, and that valley is kind of crazy in the winter because it basically gets this thing called it's like a frozen mist, right? So you know a mist is quite cold usually, it's wet at least, but a frozen mist that's called like a ice cloud or something weird in English. But it's not like a cloud in the sky, but it's like ice mist or whatever. So it's not the same a haze. Well, there isn't haze either. No, haze is like warmer than that. But basically, it's like freezing particles that are floating, right? So you can see in distance because it looks like a floating cloud on the ground, right? And then you walk into it, it's like walking into basically like the water. Yeah, so basically you're walking into icy, you know, like very very cold water that's either plus minus 0 degrees Celsius then of course, or maybe minus, right, slightly minus, but it's still like floating instead of falling onto the ground, right, with so much moisture, so much humidity in the area, especially in a valley. So yeah, it's like walking into the water. It's really weird. But in the summer then instead sometimes it's basically like a sauna, right? You walk into it and you get all wet and it's warm instead. Yeah, and you can barely, then it gets annoying that way instead. So yeah, my hometown basically is like the moistest place, but it really is very hot. It's the hottest place in the country usually, and also one of the coldest because of that thing. But just to explain what I mean, right? So my hometown again, it is quite cold. Okay, you can have like 30 minus Celsius, but usually like 20 or so. But you can have 20 minus Celsius. But of course, if you go to like Kiruna or whatever, Lapland, right? You know, as a character, right? If you go to Lapland and everything, then it's really cold. You know, like a temperature can be minus 40 or whatever. Yeah? So then it's colder technically. Higher, you know, but it's dry ice, right? So it actually is better. That's the thing, right? So for example, Stockholm, which is Gothenburg, so it's Stockholm has more like dry ice, right? So it's like cold, and then it's like, you know, but the ice is quite dry. But in Gothenburg, it's moist ice, right? So roughly the same temperature in Stockholm, in Gothenburg, Stockholm, but Gothenburg is colder because it's more like, you know, the ice is more, yeah, it's like more the humidity is higher, right? So it actually bites into your body more. So my hometown is probably colder than actually Kiruna and so on in that sense. Yes, temperature up there is lower, but it's usually more drier, right? But again, it's depending on the month of the year and so on. But anyway, a little side story there, seeing this ice episode. But I think it's interesting from a chemical standpoint, right? Because sometimes temperatures are not the way to look at it. Tells people every time they visit me or whatever, or roughly the area I'm from. I don't know. Temperature is one thing, but like in my region around from the west coast, then it's like no. Here is much colder than in many other places because it gets very very high humidity, a lot of sea breeze, so it's a lot of salt water. It's very a lot of water, a lot of beaches, a lot of fronts. Everything is built next to the ocean, right? Archipelago, so everything is very very watery. So it's like no. Here it gets colder, okay? Like 20 minus here is not the same as 20 minus over there. No. 20 minus and here 20 minus here is not the same thing because here's like 90% humidity, like 10-30% humidity. So it's like no, it's massively cold here, okay? You're gonna feel it way more in your body in this area. So something to thoughts for for the FrostNova, man. But lastly, again, then back to Arknights, but Ice explaining her power share. It does feel like she knows me. I keep saying it, but yeah, like she had this moment. She's like, "Why are you doing this, Nishan?" It felt like if she interrupted Amiya, right, with her lullaby. It's a really cool scene, and it does feel like she interrupted her not only because the lullaby was cool, but also because she was like, "Oh, you're trying to tell them my backstory? No way, yeah." Like she was like, "No backstory time." Yeah, she was like, "No, I don't want you to try to convince me to do otherwise." And then lastly, I guess they're gonna have a conflict now, right? Because here comes the fire waifu, and I feel like the ice and fire waifu cannot be friends, right? And you see how that goes, guys. But anyways, I guess have a great day, subscribe and so on. And also leave a comment below if you explain to me. Well, yeah, Mephisto, I guess, is a more recurring character, right? He feels like he's weaker than FrostNova and basically most characters, but I think he's like one of those characters that's like a recurring bad guy in the game, where you never truly defeat him for a long time. And though the character are bigger and badass, whatever, than him, but he actually keeps appearing every now and then. Oh, what happened there? Anyway, see you guys and have a great day.